St. Agnes. This is Mrs. D. Simone. I've got another video for you. There's Ruby. Oh, Nola came in. There's Nola. And here I go. My videographer's gonna help me out. All right, what I want to do is this sculptural project, which is with cutout letters. And I've been dying to do this project. I thought it would be pretty cool. I did it twice because I didn't like the way the fat letters turned out. This was the fat one, and this was the thin letters, and I thought the thin letters were much more interesting sculpturally. You don't have to use construction paper. You can use regular copy paper, and this obviously has something on one side, nothing on the other. You can use recycled paper, and then you can just kind of draw, decorate everything with marker if you want to. Now, here are the directions, and it says, draw stick letters, and I'll show you all of this. Draw rectangles, diamonds, ovals around each section of letter. Keep your letters thin, because as I said, the fat ones look, I think, ugly. Fat letters are less interesting in this sculpture. Then you need 2 feet around each letter. Draw them anywhere. Okay. Here's an E, and it's thin, and I have 1 foot, 2 foot. Here's a very fat J. Don't use fat letters. Here's 1 foot, 2 foot. Here's a thin D. Here's 1 foot, 2 feet. Now, on this one, I have, you can see my eye, and I put a rectangle, a rectangle, a rectangle around each letter, and then I have a foot and a foot. This one I did differently. You can see my R. I did a triangle, a triangle, a triangle around each letter, and then I have a foot and a foot. All right, so here's how you do this. Here I have a J. So what I'm going to then do is do a rectangle around each part of the J. This one, obviously, I can't do a rectangle, but this is the beginning of a rectangle. Then I'm going to come around the curve, and that's how I doubled this letter. Then where do you want to put a foot? Maybe I'll put a foot here, and then maybe I'll put a foot there. Okay, let's do another letter. Let's do P. So if I take a P, and I get another color, and I'm gonna put a rectangle around here, and then I'm going to start up here, curve around, and then on the inside, curve around. So there I have a doubled P, and I'm gonna put a foot here, and I'm gonna put a foot here. If you have the feet in different places, they're pretty interesting. Then I'm gonna do one more. I'm going to do a K right here. And then I'm going to put, triangles. I'm gonna put a triangle here. I'm gonna put a triangle here. Then I'm gonna put a triangle here. So the red is my K. Then I'm going to put a foot right here. And I'm going to put a foot right here. So that's how you would double the letters and put feet on it. Now, I have this D that I did. I'm going to go over it so that you can see it. I have a D that I did before. This is my foot, and this is my foot. Now, what I strongly suggest you guys do is draw them on scrap paper before you draw them directly onto the construction paper, because what that will do is you'll figure out in your mind it will help you figure out in your mind how to do this. So I'm going to cut this. If you can draw it directly onto the construction paper, you're marvelous. All right, now to get in here, I always go like this, and I open it up like that, open it up like this, open it up like this, and then you can cut around. All right, so there's my D, and these are my feet. Then what I'm going to do is put this right on this yellow. I'm going to get my pencil, and I'm going to trace around. Whoop. Cut out the D. Cut on the line. Pinch this. Open it up. Cut around. Okay, so now I have my D done. This is my foot. The feet go underneath or on top, it doesn't matter. And what's going to be cool is you can change it to look like that if you want to, or have it straight out like that. Now, this is phase one. This is draw stick letters, draw rectangles, diamonds, ovals, keep letters thin, fat letters are less interesting. You need 2 feet. All right, this part is done. Then what you need is a base. And for the base, for these things, this is just cardstock. I had, excuse me, some cardstock left over. And I folded the paper in half because you can see it was as big as, it's as big as a regular piece of paper. I folded my cardstock in half and I cut this out. Or if you want to, you can use, I have some cardboard from some soda. I love Wild Cherry Diet Pepsi. So I have some cardstock from there. And in my recycle, I found cereal box. I found this thing. I can use this. It's got a nice thickness to it. It's a white bottom. I found this Kind Bar box. It was damaged, but I could use this. And here's the Pepsi that I cut out. All right. So that's what you can use also besides the cardstock. But I'm going to use the cardstock. Now, before all of this, what I wound up doing was cutting out a bunch of letters so that you didn't have to watch me cut out letters. And I have the D. You saw me just cut out the D from this. Then I have a U. Then I have a J, and you can see my foot is here, my foot is there. I have a D. This is the D I cut out. Here's a foot, but I noticed the D can also be an A. Then I have an E that I cut out, and here's a foot and here's a foot. You can use whatever letter, whatever word you want, or you could just do regular letters. It doesn't really matter. I use J-U-D-E-S-I, and I don't think I got to the M, because when I just use J-U-D-Y for my first name, it didn't take up enough space. So I just kept going with the letters. So now that I have all these cut out and I know where my feet are, then you can use a glue stick, you can use white glue, it doesn't matter. And I'm gonna use the glue stick. So if I have my glue here, let's do it on this so that I don't muck up the table. All right, this foot goes down. And I put this here. Then I take my cardstock, and then this will be glued any way I want. So I'm gonna put this, blow it a little bit, put that one there, and I'm gonna take this one and I'm gonna put it there. I would start in the middle of the paper so you can go out so it's a little bit easier. So believe it or not, this is my J, which I think is pretty cool. Then I'll do the U, again, put glue on it. Put glue here. Stay in the center and then you can work out. If you want to, you can actually go underneath a letter. Like if I want to, I could put this U like this. So now, whoop, it came up. Hold that there. So now my U is intersecting my J. Oop, this is not staying down. Let's try one more time. Maybe the third time's a charm. This is coming up too. Okay. Then I have an E. Put some purple glue on the purple paper. And I have purple glue on the purple paper. So I could keep this straight, or I can curve it a little bit. That's pretty cool. I like the way that E looks, and then from this side you can see the way that E looks. Then I have my D, which can also be an A. I'll put some glue on it there. Oh, I hear Nola talking in her sleep. She must be chasing something. Okay, this can go here. This can go there. All right, and one more letter. I have my D. I was just informed it's not Nola talking in her sleep, it's Ruby. She's definitely chasing squirrels. Okay, this can go here, this can go there. So, this is a quick little tutorial on how you can do this project. I think it's very cool. What I would do is I would make more letters and put them around the side, do shorter ones, taller ones. I just think this is cool. Okay, Mrs. D. Simone signing off. See you later, guys. Bye.